In the midst of the vibrant and transformative 19th century Parisian art scene, 1863 emerged as a particularly noteworthy year marked by groundbreaking shifts in artistic expression and societal perceptions. It was a time when traditional artistic conventions were being challenged, giving rise to a new avant-garde movement that would redefine the boundaries of art. Against this backdrop, Edward Manet, a trailblazing figure in the art world, unveiled a provocative masterpiece that would come to symbolize the avant-garde spirit of the era. So without further ado, let's get started. Edward Manet's Olympia is a famous painting created in 1863. The painting features a reclining nude woman, Olympia, gazing directly at the viewer with an unabashed and confrontational expression. She is depicted lying on a bed with her left hand gracefully resting to the side and her right hand over her nether region. Considered one of the key works of the Realist and Impressionist movements, Olympia is a provocative work that challenged traditional depictions of the female nude and stirred considerable controversy in the art world at the time. The depiction of a reclining nude woman was a traditional subject in art. However, Manet's portrayal of Olympia was considered provocative and confrontational. Unlike traditional depictions of nude women, Manet departed from the idealized representations of the female form that were common in academic art. Olympia's body did not conform to traditional standards of beauty, and her pose and expression challenged controversial notions of how women were typically portrayed in art. Olympia looks directly at the viewer with an assertive and almost confrontational gaze. Olympia's body did not conform to traditional standards of beauty, and her confident pose and expression challenged conventional notions of how women were typically portrayed in art. The way that Olympia directly stares into the viewer, in my opinion, almost mirrors the way that we observe her. And this cements her as a thinking, breathing, real person, one that can observe you the same way that we observe her. Manet included several symbolic elements in the painting that added to its controversial nature. For instance, the presence of the black cat at the foot of the bed. One common interpretation suggests that the black cat symbolizes eroticism and sexuality. Black cats have historically been associated with superstitions and folklore, often linked to notions of mystery and sensuality. In the context of Olympia, the cat may emphasize the provocative and alluring nature of the scene, adding an extra layer of symbolism to the overall composition. Laure, the servant girl in Olympia, holds a bouquet of flowers, traditionally a symbol of love and sensuality. Laure's role in the painting is open to interpretation. Some suggest that Laure is a procuress representing the transsexual nature of the encounter, while others argue that she may be a maid or servant offering the flowers as a customary gift. Olympia caused a significant stir when it was first exhibited in the Paris Salon in 1865. The controversy surrounding Olympia sparked debates about morality and artistic freedom. The controversy surrounding Olympia reflected the changing cultural and artistic landscape of the time. It marked a shift from academic conventions towards a more modern and realistic approach to art, foreshadowing the emergence of the Impressionist movement and influencing subsequent developments in art history. Despite the initial shock and criticism, Olympia is now celebrated as a groundbreaking work that played a pivotal role in the evolution of modern art. Now, if you haven't already caught on, I'll go ahead and tell you what I'm painting. I decided to do a painted study on Edward Manet's Olympia. I wanted to spend a long time on this sketch and make sure it was as good as I could make it, because for one, the sketch is the foundation of a painting, so as long as I have a good sketch, once I start blocking in the color, that should, all come together and it should be a pretty decent painting. But secondly, and more importantly, I have actually never worked with oil paint as a medium. I've worked with acrylic and I've worked with watercolor and gouache, but I've never done oil paint. So I wanted to make sure that I took my time and really got used to the medium and the fat over lean and all of that good stuff. I did do a brief study on some of the primary colors in oil paint, with my subject being fruit right before I started this painting. So I think that's why I'm able to confidently hold the brush at all in this video. So at this point, my camera did die, so I figured it was time to stop painting. So here is the completed sketch. I'm actually pretty happy with how it came out considering I'm not used to the medium. But let me know if you want to see the part 2 where I block in the colors. And drop me an A in the grade book, smash that plus button, and have a great holiday.